What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 124 of the Chumpcast. Happy 2019 to everybody out there. We ended the year by announcing the winners of the 2018 Chumpcademy Awards, as decided by you, the listeners. We also took some time to review the latest Transformers flick starring Hailee Steinfeld called Bumblebee. You can find us on all social media platforms at the Chumpcast. You can also call or text us at 847-920-6107. If you leave us a good enough message, you might hear yourself on a future episode. If you want to support the show, you can find our merch at thechumpcast.com. We always appreciate kind reviews, subscriptions, and ratings on Apple Podcasts. You can also shop on Amazon through our affiliate link at thechumpcast.com/Amazon. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go sleep off the 30 pounds of cream cheese that I've eaten since Christmas.
This podcast would be poopy.
We've done plenty of shows without you.
Yeah, but if I'm a guest
Some
on
of
the
our
show,
best episodes, I might say.
Actually, easily some of your worst.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you guys have New Year's Eve resolutions?
You're the core.
Yeah, I'm going to try to go to bed earlier.
Core and shoulders?
Core and
What time do you go to bed?
Like 11:30, 11.
That's not that bad.
I know, I just watch too much TV when I get home from work. I want to try to read more. I don't read a lot.
You're
besides
not going to
comic
fucking
books.
read.
Yeah,
when
that
you
is
the whole reason nobody ever does their New Year's resolutions is because you do shit that, like, you don't want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to start going to the gym. Well, you hate going to the gym, so...
You'll start doing it for the first month, and then you'll just stop.
Yeah, if you're mentally weak, I always stick to every single New Year's resolution I've ever made.
That's because your resolution is like...
It's not a resolution, it's a
drink
revolution.
a glass of water.
I said a revolution, which means a time around the Earth, right? One revolution around the Earth.
I mean, it can.
So, yeah, every year, I always do it every year. So, I did not lie at all in that last 20 seconds of talking.
I think my resolution is to start doing steroids.
Maybe I should stop talking
That'd
more.
be sweet.
You should stop doing steroids?
No, to start doing steroids.
Oh, I gave you a little compliment there.
Yeah, you'll be more fun if you start doing
That's
steroids.
the nicest thing you've ever said to me, and you didn't even mean to.
Yeah, nope. Definitely didn't.
Did you have
Mark,
a resolution last year?
Mark, you should do steroids. You're a fucking pussy.
I know.
I did not have a
Worst
resolution last year. What I should do is stop drinking so much, but we both know that's not going to happen.
You stopped drinking for a month this year, didn't you?
I'm going to do it again in January.
Oh.
But then you just drink twice as much after you're done, I feel like.
So?
It's exponential.
You do, right?
What's your point?
That's what you did, didn't you? I know, like, the first day you were able to drink, you're like, all right, I'm getting blacked.
Well, I'm making up for lost time, so might as well have the most whiskey inserted into my bloodstream immediately.
It was just a stressful year, okay?
It wasn't a stressful year.
How do you know?
The most stressful part of this year was probably episode 100 when it started raining all over your computer and fucking the mics and everything. That was terrible.
I was very angry.
Yeah, that was the worst.
But then we
case
found
scenario.
a tent magically.
I'm like, this can only get worse if it really starts picking up. And then it just started raining. I'm like, damn.
And I'm out there like hovering over my computer. Yeah, that was bad.
And you had a tent that you didn't realize you had.
It wasn't mine.
I know. It was like,
I just took it.
It was a clutch tent.
Yeah,
Clutch tent.
Was that the best time you've had at the Chumpcast this year? It's a pretty good party.
Oh, that was
it was
pretty.
fun.
Yeah, that was pretty dope. What was the best time I had?
Was it watching Mark try to say post-apocalyptic?
That was actually spectacular.
no, there was one episode where we just ganged up on you, fucking Smithers. And it
You
was
mean
great.
every episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not every episode, but when we do, it's actually hilarious. Actually, you know what? That the one with Drunk Erica when we had the White Castle and we were Disney princesses. That was a fun.
That was a good episode.
That was
So
a
the
good
one I'm
episode.
not here. Okay, I get the point.
No, we had a good ass time. No
It was a
offense
good
to
time.
Mark. It wasn't anything about you being not here. It was about Drunk Erica being here and us being Disney princesses. And plus, the movie was good. Talking about Mike.
conspiracy theories with Rachel.
Oh yeah,
That was fun.
That was this year. This
Mhm.
year was pretty long. This was a long year.
Most of the episodes you've done have been this year.
I was on a couple last year.
Yes, I know. But most
Like
of them.
half of last year.
Did we technically start this? Did I start this in 16 or was it 17?
Yeah, it would have had to been because that was when the Cubs won the World Series.
True.
And that's when we...
Yeah, that's right. So
Late
we started
16, huh?
October of 16, I think.
That was definitely the drunkest time of my life.
Yeah, that was a shit show for everyone in Chicago.
Speaking of Drunk
speaking
Erica,
of drunk Erica's here
stumbling down the stairs.
in her
Not
Grinch
this
shirt.
time.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, we have awards to do. I guess I should have pulled a drop for this or something, but
We should make one right now.
I should just stop doing it right now.
No, let's make one right now.
Someone
Mark?
on the Facebook feed wants to see all of our feet. That's creepy.
There you go, man. I'm wearing 2 different pairs of socks.
I
You know what,
used to
dude?
be a
Whatever you're
dancer.
into.
We don't sex shame here.
Well, we do.
No.
Can I see your feet?
That's
Of course
pretty
you
weird,
can.
Man, not
Of
gonna
course.
lie. I do need actual drops, though.
No, we need to make it a drop for this right now.
You want me to do it right now?
We always do this right now. How would the Chumpcademy Awards? It should sound sophisticated, but also the worst
Oh,
of
you're
all
saying
time.
you're going to sing something.
We're gonna sing something.
2018.
No, we don't want to. We don't want to add the year. We want to just do. We want to just make it as like a. We want this for every year, right?
This has been Ryan's Recipes.
See, something that always will land. I talked over the boop, right? Or no, that was something else.
That's for news to us.
Okay. Chumpcademy Awards needs to be sophisticated and simple.
Can we do a poo-poo live for this person? You are
what kind
odd
of
cat.
What kind of poo poo?
He lives in Pakistan. See, this is what happens when you target our ads for the Middle East. Or I guess that's India.
Shout out to India, though. We were top 100 podcasts on iTunes. Shout out to India.
Gotta love India.
Trending, baby. I'm sorry, sir. I'm not going to do a poo-poo for you. And you're weirding me out. So let's move on. Chumpcademy
This guy's
Awards.
funny.
So I've got 2 big computers in front of me right now. It's kind of weird. So we had 5 categories for this. We went to Twitter, Instagram, Facebook to get votes. We got 250 votes for 5 categories, so not bad.
Legit.
Some were bigger than others, but
Shout outs to everyone who participated. Appreciate it. Good looks.
I think we'll do this in reverse order.
And that
So-
was 250 unique votes. So that's individual people that cared
Right.
about this, which is nice.
Cared.
Kind
Using
of.
that
Not
term
really.
lightly.
Just wanted to
Gave
voice their
even a
opinion.
little bit of a shit.
Yes.
Dude, this guy is weirding me out.
Hey,
Hey,
Steve-O.
weird guy. I'm not going to poop for you.
Best is stinky poo poo. Yeah. It's pretty much always stinky poo poo.
All right. Anyways,
Steve-
backwards. The most jaw-dropping moment in...
Is Steve Ott? Steve-O Tom? What up, Steve? Both Steves, I guess.
What's up, Goose? Okay, so most jaw-dropping moment of 2018. We had there are 4 nominations for each category. So we had Nick Cage from Mandy. You ripped my shirt. And then he does a bunch of blow and
Off a
snaps
glass
a
shard.
zombie's neck.
Oh, that's epic.
We had the car scene from Hereditary, which if you've seen Hereditary, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
So if we labeled this jaw-dropping moment, I would have voted for Hereditary because I could not stop being like, oh my God.
It is a jaw dropping moment.
Yeah, that's literally the title
This
of
title,
the category.
we titled it jaw-dropping?
I said
thought it was most fucked up
It was
moment.
most fucked up / jaw dropping moment.
Okay, so the most fucked up was the bent neck lady, which was next, right?
Right. And then
That's why I
the
voted
last option was Star-Lord totally dropping the ball in Infinity War.
That was a huge botch.
So the
Biggest botch of 2018 probably was that.
Yeah, but you knew it was going to happen anyways. Like he was never. We knew there was
Yeah.
a sequel for this movie before
Mhm.
it was ever going to come out.
That's true.
So the winner of this category with 46% of the vote is the bent neck lady from The Haunting of Hill House. This was my vote. I think it was the most jaw-dropping.
It was my vote too, only because of everything that led up to it beforehand.
Yeah.
And how everything comes like full circle transcendent. In that moment, you're like, whoa. It's not like,
But that's what makes it jaw-dropping.
yes, exactly. And well, the bent neck was pretty fucked up too, though.
Yeah, a little bit. Mark, you
Little
got anything
bit.
to add on this?
Fucking gross.
I voted Hereditary. I think mole face dude driving his sister and the high
you
guy
quietly
head
love
decapitation.
Alex Wolf. You love Alex Wolf.
Mole face dude.
Mole guy.
No,
Are you sure it's Alex and not his brother?
Yeah, I don't know what's his.
I don't know.
brother's
They
name?
look the same. They just have different
Alec
names.
and Alex. I think.
That would be a
Probably.
nightmare. That'd be a nightmare situation if you were the parents.
No, I went with Hereditary.
Alec and Alex.
I don't know. It was just being in the theater, and when I was there watching that, I was seeing it in the afternoon. I was one of the only people there. What is this guy commenting some weird shit again?
Yeah, he wants us to take a shit live for him. Bro, I'm not going to do that.
What kind of entertainment are we if we're not going to shit live for this guy?
If
You
we're
know?
not scat porn, do your farts have lumps in? Question mark.
Steve-O Tom.
What is happening?
really happy we went live.
Never
We have-
promote our stuff in
we
India
have,
again.
We have Harvey and Steve-O out here asking us to fart and poop in the camera.
This is classic.
Yeah, okay. Next category.
Hold on.
This
I
is
also want to say
classic.
I am also very, very surprised that just Avengers didn't win all the categories it was in, because I would assume most of the people that listen and voted on our Instagram and Twitter or whatever, majority of them saw Avengers over any of those other nominees.
The reason why Mandy didn't win this is because nobody saw Mandy. Because that was definitely like, oh my God.
I never saw Mandy, to be honest.
Who was on that episode with us? Was it just me and you?
Yeah, I think it was.
That was a great movie. I would totally watch that again.
Okay, if we go back to my favorite moment of 2018, just to backtrack a bit, it was the episode where we did Infinity Wars, and I got to sit back and I actually listened to two super nerds, you and Chuck, go super deep into it, and I was like, oh, I didn't know all of this shit was there. I was so surface about it, and you guys like diving deep was actually pretty cool. Not cool, it was super nerdy and awesome, but you know what I mean.
So you enjoyed it. So it was cool.
Super enjoyed it.
Okay,
great. It wasn't cool by any means.
It was the opposite of that.
It was neat.
We're basically saying we got to get Chuck on here and we got to kick you off, Smithers.
Shout out Chuck.
Yeah,
Chuck
please.
Comics.
Yeah, the power of positivity. Chuck.
That's why we're a good balance, is because he loves everything and I hate everything.
Full yin and yang, and I just sat there being like this. Wow.
Yeah.
Did he like Aquaman? Did he say?
Yes, he did.
He knows his stuff, though. That's probably why he liked it.
Would you have
already
said that?
in this episode? Really? I noticed that Aquaman didn't win any of the Chumpcademy Awards, so
it's probably because we put out the worst quality episode of all time.
It was so bad I didn't even.
We apologize, by the way. Let's start by saying that we are sorry for the last episode. It was
personally
horrible.
Blame Aquaman for that.
No way.
It hasn't happened on any episode where we didn't talk about Aquaman.
You sabotaged the whole episode on purpose.
Yeah, that's obviously what I would do as the producer.
I think you might have.
I made some valid points about Aquaman.
You have never made a valid or salient point in your life.
I think that was the first time Mark made points and then got sabotaged with the audio. So, speaking of conspiracy theories, I think we might need to dive deep. Get your tinfoil hats out. I just hit my mic. Get your tinfoil hats out. We're going in. We got freaking Smithers is a DC hater. Known. And I'm not going anywhere with this. Let's just go on that. That's next.
Next category is the best streaming original, excluding Netflix on this. It wouldn't have been fair, so no Netflix. So the nominees are Jack Ryan on Amazon, starring Jim from The Office, Titans on DC Universe, Barry on HBO. There was a little bit of conflict in the comments.
We actually discussed this when we were putting it out. I'm like, does this include like Showtime streaming and HBO? Because technically,
HBO Go
it is a streaming service, but it's
also
not
a channel.
Yeah,
it's premium.
It counts.
It's premium.
Yeah, who cares?
Who fucking watches like HBO Live TV? Like waits for an episode? No, you go on your app.
Watch Justice League for the billionth time.
Yeah,
right. And the last option was the Marvelous Miss Maisel on Amazon. So Amazon's got 2 nominees here.
Which low-key I just got into, and it's pretty good.
Who voted? Do you know who recommended that as a nominee?
I don't. I didn't write that down.
There were a couple, I'm pretty sure.
I never heard about that show until
he talked about it last week.
I did. Yeah.
I just wasn't listening. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Makes sense. Well, Marvelous Miss Maisel came in second.
Really?
And the winner with 43% of the total vote was Barry on HBO.
Okay. That's fair.
A lot of people love this show. I watched a few episodes, and I guess I just couldn't get into it. I don't know. I love Bill Hader.
Same.
Bill Burr was in it too. Isn't it about him being a struggling comedian or some shit?
No,
he's a hitman.
Oh, never mind. I'm completely wrong.
You were close.
He's an expert hitman from the military, and his real passion is theater.
Am I insane? I thought HBO was coming out with some show about comedians.
There are several shows about comedians. Like I'm Dying Up Here, the Jim Carrey one. I don't remember the name of.
It's not like a documentary. It's like an actual.
It's like
sitcom.
A scripted show. Yeah.
No,
I think you're talking about I'm Dying Up Here.
Yes.
Did it just come out last?
It came out this year.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Right. So, anyways,
but also the
Barry.
Yeah, Marvelous Miss Maisel is actually about a woman who does stand up in like the 50s or something like that.
Oh my God, Ryan! I was so fucking pissed. I just didn't text you. I was so mad at you because when I needed you guys to when I wanted you to put the nominees down so I could start making these posts, you wrote Miss Maisel wrong, and I had to redo the whole post. I was so fucking mad. You did Miss Maisel MISS instead of MRS.
What a freaking idiot!
How is that my fault?
It's your fault because I was just going off of your nominees.
I did you a favor.
No, you fucked me over.
Dude, we're getting some real weirdos in this stream right now. I don't understand what's happening.
Hide it. Just hide it. We got to hide it. We can't focus on this. What is this? Harvey Price, legit name, dude.
Okay.
Harvey Price. Click where that guy's from.
Titans, I feel like it's the same situation with Mandy, where not enough people have seen it. That's going to change when it hits Netflix in 2 weeks. You're going to watch this, right, Brick?
I will once it comes out. What tags did you put into our fucking thing, dude?
Mark wanted me to put in
different
hashtag India.
Yo, pin that Ryan Andrews Snowballs comment right there. No, I'm just kidding.
Who's scripted to take the cum? That's a good question.
Okay.
That's a good question.
You guys are fucked up. I hate you guys.
Erica. Never mind.
I need an adult.
We're getting harassed online.
I don't know, weirdos.
It's like you hear about this kind of stuff, but you never experience it until you experience it. It's really fucked up.
Just a bunch of hunks.
It's the only shit that I see on Reddit.
just a bunch of hunks up here, apparently.
We're just getting trolled right now.
It's so hard.
All right, let's move on to the next category.
I respect a good troll.
The most underrated movie of the year. 4, probably 3.5 good nominees here. Searching
Great
with
movie.
John Cho. Blockers with John Cena. Upgrade with fake ass Tom Hardy. What's his real name?
Fake ass Tom Hardy.
We can never remember his name.
Dom Hardy.
Dom
Hardy.
Smarty.
Dom Party, sick.
And the last option was Outlaw King with Chris Pine.
Have you seen that?
Me?
He saw it
I
in
loved
4K and the
Really?
Chump Cave
Yeah.
Monster.
I did. That was
That's
part
what
of the
he
reason why
tagged.
it was so great.
He tagged Chump Cave Monster. This is why we're getting this thing.
What,
up here.
Is that what it is?
what time frame is it?
It's
Era.
The 1300s, 1200s?
yeah.
It's like
So
Game
it's
of
basically a follow up to Braveheart.
Oh.
It follows Robert the Bruce as
Yeah.
he tries to take back his land.
That was pretty cool, actually.
It was a great movie. I loved it. And Chris Pine is excellent in
he?
everything that he does.
True. See, you're turning it into a Chris Pine believer.
I love Chris Pine.
Chris Pine's the man.
He's the best of all the Chris's. He is the best actor,
Okay.
but I don't
Best
think
leader.
he's the best looking Chris.
Who would be the best looking Chris?
I think it's got to be Evans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Captain America.
I waffle between Evans and Hemsworth.
It's got to be Hemsworth.
Think
I
so?
think Hemsworth is better
Probably
looking.
Hemsworth.
His
Once he
freaking
cut the long
biceps.
hair, I got
his
more
biceps.
into it.
Jack Dotron.
I mean, they both got giant biceps.
He's got bad bicep to back ratio though.
who does?
This idiot.
Hemsworth. He's got no back.
He's got no back. What are you talking?
Are you calling Chris Hemsworth a baby back bitch?
Kind of.
Wow.
Captain-
Mark, who is scripted to take the cum?
We gotta listen.
Did you pinned it?
I don't know what to say to that. So the winner of this with 43% of the votes is Upgrade, which was actually my vote. And fuck you, Darian, because you told me that Searching was going to win. Eat shit. This is my victory lap over you. Blockers only got 1 vote.
Was that even? I'm surprised.
You nominated this.
No. Oh man. I posted this nomination on C2E2's page, and we actually got like 8 people, and the majority of them said Blockers.
Really?
I swear.
So if let's say that they had 8,
they
still would have lost.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, I didn't see that one.
Hi, Rachel. What up,
Hi, Rachel. Welcome to this really weird shit that's going on in our chat right now.
We're getting harassed.
She saw all the comments and we're like, what's going on? in
Great.
here?
Let's throw a woman into this mix. What could go wrong?
Amazing.
So thoughts on this? What did you guys vote for? Most underrated?
Upgrade.
Yeah, I think it was the Venom movie that we should have gotten.
Yeah, let me upgrade. Yeah, actually, that's exactly what it
I
should
still
have been.
enjoyed Venom.
I loved Venom. Venom was great.
Upgrade was better.
Because it was one of those movies that I went in blind and you were like, this is better that you went in
Yeah,
blind. And I was like,
Well,
yep.
that was, would we go see that week? It was terrible. I'm like, we should just go see this
Action
instead.
Point.
That's what it
like
was.
Action Point. Yeah, Action Point was fucking so bad.
What
Now
about
Rachel's
rim
in here
jobs?
trolling us on our fucking feed. Why don't you go fall down some stairs?
Yeah, all the rim jobs are taking place downstairs. You can't get here because you'll just fall and die.
This is the worst thing ever. Oh my
Oh,
god.
God.
We're still getting
Now,
trolled. What did
all
you
right,
say?
Let's just move on.
Get
Maybe
them
if we ignore them, they'll go away.
Yeah, I have pinkies. My pinkies are terrible.
Right here, dude.
Best on-screen villain of the year.
So Thanos didn't even make it
I don't see him as a villain because he was
because
right.
he's a hero.
He was right about everything. And like Dwight Schrute says, like, we need a new plague.
It's true. I mean, 2/3 of us should die here, and it's definitely not me.
Definitely not me either.
I mean, you're in my house. So.
Exactly. So Ryan's dead, and obviously,
Great.
2/3 of us
So the
should not die
nominees
here.
were...
So it's Mark and I, clearly.
Okay. It's getting harder to ignore. The nominees for Best On-Screen Villain were Killmonger from Black Panther, so Michael B. Jordan. Topher Grace from Black Klansman. He played the head of the KKK. Twitter users who are actual Satan. and Henry Cavill in Mission Impossible Fallout.
Okay.
I was surprised people were actually going for Henry Cavill. There
A
was
lot of people
votes.
did.
Including Topher Grace.
Yes. Which his vote should count for more.
I agree. Did you double it at least?
So Henry Cavill came in second with 28% of the vote, but the winner was Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger. I thought he was excellent in this movie.
He's
He had a
deserving.
really good year.
Yeah.
I
Creed 2.
agree. Yeah, Creed 2. Plus, when he was Killmonger, I was like, yo, Black Panther, just like, let him just join. Let him just join you. He's dope. Throw him on the squad.
He's excellent, dude. He's good at everything he does.
What if at the UFC fight last night, instead of John Jones, it was just Michael B. Jordan walking up? People
You
would be
think
like,
nobody's
that's
gonna
fine.
notice?
I'm fine with that.
Yo, Michael B. Jordan had the best intros of all time when he was in like, Apollo Creed. I loved his intros. I was
Yeah.
hyped every single time.
Yeah, except for that weird one when Tessa Thompson was singing.
It was like his wife.
Yeah, but it was
his
weird.
fiance.
It just wasn't that good.
It was a little weird at first, but it was. And I liked actually the Russian, how he came in just like, oh, I just make steel and I'm a badass. And then Michael B. Jordan came out like a super stud and then got his ass whipped. That was awesome. Anyway.
So yeah, the winner's Michael B. Jordan. I thought Twitter would have gotten more votes.
A new one has arrived. We have Mr. Osborne.
Lou Osborne. Are you guys in like some
What
fucking...
is this? They all sound like shitty, like Batman villain, like... We got Harvey Price,
Focus.
Lou Osborne.
We literally
I can't
have
focus.
the whole trolling ring in our fucking comments right now.
This is amazing. They texted each other being like, yo, let's get these guys.
I wish I knew what this meant. I want bumming. I don't know what that means. So, the last and probably most prestigious category.
Of course.
This is basically our
Prestigious.
what?
What category is it?
Best movie theater experience. This is
Oh.
essentially best picture, right? Not really, but
No.
Prestigious.
so we had A Quiet Place, Black Panther, Bohemian Rhapsody, and Infinity War. This was more of a runaway. This was an actual majority instead of just like a plurality to get the biggest percentage of the vote.
Yeah.
53% of people said Avengers.
Yes.
Probably the right call.
I agree.
I think Bohemian Rhapsody is kind of undersold, but when you're up against a juggernaut like that, then what are you going to do?
Avengers was going to win one category.
That's why I didn't want to put Avengers in more categories because I feel like it just would have won everything.
Yeah,
Like
when
if we had put Thanos in for best villain, he probably would have won, right?
Probably.
most likely.
Stop reading the comments. I can see the look in your eyes.
You're just
Yeah.
really trying to process the comments right now and understand like what are their intentions.
I know. I understand.
Their intentions are clear. They want to know how to get. What does that one say?
They just finger bummed the neighbor's cat. Now I'm sniffing my finger. Is what he said.
Great. So those are the 2018 Chumpcademy Awards.
Woo!
Thank you to all who voted and participated.
All
in this.
250 of you.
Great.
That's pretty good.
It's a good sample size.
It's pretty good.
All right, keep reading the comments. I got to run to the bathroom.
Great. Brick,
Keep reading the comments.
how do you feel about this question for next week? We talked last week about most memorable lines or speeches.
Sure.
You know, we talked about James Vanderbeek and how you can't.
I don't want your life.
Right. If you say that, you immediately think of James Vanderbeek.
Sure.
Right. So that got me to thinking, like, what line can't be separated from an actor? So obviously that's one. If you said, I'll be back, you're thinking Schwarzenegger.
Arnold. Yep.
I think this is a good question for next week. What do you think?
I could dig it. I
So-
could dig it.
Give us the one line that you can't separate from an actor in a movie.
I would say, are you not entertained?
There you go. Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe. Yeah,
You can't separate them.
that's too good. Any others like that come to mind?
Nothing off the top of my head.
Immediately?
Crashing this plane.
Motherfuck by
And you
Samuel L.
think this gives
Jackson.
you power over me?
Oh, you merely a dog.
I was born in the dark.
I was
Yeah,
born.
Obviously, that's Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy and anything Bane said in Dark Knight Rises.
Or the Joker, I'm guessing. I'm the dog. I don't even know what. Do it.
What?
Do it.
Do what?
Do the Joker voice.
Mark, this guy wants to see you poop.
I would too.
What do you say? Can I see the skinny guy poop in his hand and wipe it on the camera lens? Okay. I think you got it.
All
we're
right,
done
for
reading these
next
comments.
week, send us your movie lines or quotes that can't be separated from a actor or actress. So, drop time.
News to us. Boop. These comments are news to us.
Yeah. I think the biggest news of this week is probably the trailer that we got on Christmas Day
Oh, yeah.
From Jordan Peele.
I got five.
God damn it, Brick.
Don't do it.
He's doing it. He's doing it.
From the far away, let's see, I have a really small dick.
Right. From far away.
I can't, like...
Yeah, I know what you're doing.
Dude, you're making all these trollers so
yeah,
happy
you're just
right
making
now.
it worse.
You're becoming part of
At
the
least grab
trolling
me a
ring.
beer while you're up.
Sure. Talk to us. We are more interesting. Hilarious.
Okay, anyways. Jordan Peele's trailer for Us. This was Lupita Nyong'o, Winston Duke, a.k.a. M'Baku, Elizabeth Moss from Handmaid's Tale. A slow cut of I Got Five on It, which was awesome. This looks really freaky, and this is coming in March 15th. I assume you guys watched this trailer.
Were you surprised at how much it escalated?
Yeah, it was a long trailer. It was like over 2.5 minutes long.
I was like, this doesn't look scary. And then I'm like, okay, that's a little freaky. And then like the last 20 seconds of the trailer were
Are they
fucking
clones
terrifying.
or what? I don't
know. Imitations of themselves just being haunted by
I think they're
themselves.
clones. I think they're clones that they're trying to
Are they
replace them
real
with.
or are they
I have
things
no
they're
idea.
just seeing?
That's a great question that I don't have the answer to. Yeah, we'll be first in line to go see this,
That's
though.
why I got to see it. Yep.
Definitely. I mean, this is his first follow-up to Get Out. I mean, Jordan Peele is one of the hottest commodities out there right now to do pretty much everything. He's going to host the new Twilight Zone. He wants to do all this shit, and everybody wants him for everything. So good on you, Jordan Peele.
There's a new Twilight Zone coming out.
We have talked about this. It's almost like you don't listen when we talk on episodes.
I know this has just been like the generation of remakes, but wasn't there something said about him possibly doing like a Jason remake or something along those lines?
He talked about that.
Or
He
Freddy.
also was going to do the anime with the motorcycle that I'm totally blanking on right now. Shit. Now I got to look this up. Jordan Peele anime remake.
All I'm saying is I would love to see that. I like to see horror
Akira.
remakes.
He was going to do Akira too.
I don't mind horror remakes out of like any genre of movie. I think those are the ones I mind the least.
I think that's fair because you already know what's going to happen anyways.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of people are going to get stabbed and in the end it'll be okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Chad Stahelski, who was the stuntman from The Matrix and is directing all of the John Wick movies, says he loves making these because there's no limit to the universe, and he claims that he and Keanu Reeves are going to keep making these for as long as we go to see them.
It's the best thing anyone has said this year.
You think, how many of these do you have to get before you get sick of them?
12.
12? We're getting a TV show.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the TV show without Keanu Reeves in it.
TV shows always seem to botch it.
Oh, you need Keanu Reeves, though, don't you, to be John Wick?
Keanu Reeves is everything in that movie.
Remember when they were supposed to do the Dark Tower TV show and they were just like, ooh, this movie bombed. Let's cancel
Yeah, I wasn't
it.
there for that episode. I was so glad I didn't go see that
You
movie.
were there. You just didn't go see it.
Really?
And Brick also didn't go see it.
I saw something, didn't I?
I think you might have just gotten back from like vacation or something.
What was
Yeah,
the
you
movie?
saw Detroit or
I
something.
saw Detroit.
Okay.
I'm a fan of our viewers right now.
I am
They
not.
are really preaching to the
Kind
choir.
of weirding me out. Netflix is absolutely killing it this week. They claim that Bird Box is its most streamed movie ever through the first week of its premiere.
Oh, really?
They
The
kind
Bird
of,
Box challenge.
they kind of, for the first time, got into the analytics for what they count as a stream. You have to watch at least 70% of it for it to count, and they don't double count. Like, so if somebody watches it twice in the same account, they don't count that. This guy wants to buy the couch.
Used couch.
So that is the most that they've ever peeled back the curtain. I guess we could call Jimmy and see what he has to say about it, but they claimed over 43 million streams of this in the first week.
I'm surprised
that's
that's
insane.
I'm surprised the criteria is that intense. Like 70%.
I mean, they could be bullshitting, I guess.
They
I
could
can't
be,
believe this movie got that much traction, too.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
And the memes are all over the internet.
It's exploded.
I think the favorite one that I saw was like Sandra Bullock blindfolded walking past the Salvation Army donation bin.
Amazing. I didn't see that one.
Pretty
That's
good.
hilarious.
It's also been reported that they passed on buying the Holmes and Watson movie with Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. It's being universally panned, 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's tough.
Tanking at the box office. I guess they won't just buy anything.
Is it still
Like
at a 0 on Rotten Tomatoes right now?
haven't checked it today. I guess I can check it right now.
Does
but
it have a better rating than that John Travolta movie that came out this year?
It has a 0 at this point.
that was Gotti, right?
Yeah, that got
Yeah,
a
I don't-
0, I think.
I'm looking this up right now. I'm
Did it
genuinely
Gotti a
intrigued.
0?
First
I
of
think
all, let's
Gotti
look at
is 0.
Gotti.
I'll go give you guys some runs.
Gotti 2018.
Come for the couch.
How much would you sell this?
0% on Rotten Tomatoes, 49% from fans. So let's see Holmes and
I
Watson.
think 13 got Holmes and Watson got like a 13% from
0%
fans.
on Rotten.
0% and a 13%
That's impressive.
from fans.
Holmes and Watson is currently at 9% on Rotten
Ooh.
Tomatoes, but a worse audience score, 28%.
Oh my god.
That is bad.
Shit.
Yeah, that's, man. I thought, John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell, what could go wrong? But I guess it's just fucking terrible.
Really wanted really wanted them to reunite well, but it sucks that they're just going to crash and burn.
Maybe this is
Maybe
going to be
it's
one of
good.
those that'll be like a cult classic when you look back and you're like, oh, that was actually funny.
Quietly, what did Anchorman get? Like people,
Let's see.
Anchorman 1?
Yeah,
first
I'd be
one?
more interested to see how bad Anchorman 2 did.
They should
Anchorman
use-
2 wasn't actually good. Anchorman 1 was good. Anchorman was actually funny.
66%, 86
Okay.
from fans.
Oh, okay, pretty.
Now I want to see
good.
Anchorman 2.
I think Anchorman 2 got like a 10 or something terrible. Rightfully
This
so.
was
Quietly,
a terrible movie that
rightfully so.
never needed to be made. 74%. Oh my God. All right.
Do I have to go rewatch that? Because
No, you don't.
It was bad.
Last bit of news, Aquaman has already surpassed the box office total for Justice League, crossing the $750 million mark. I knew that if I didn't bring this up, that you were going to, I don't know, go off on a rampage.
I already
Start yelling.
You were already upstairs, and I told you were wrong. You said they're not going to surpass. Aquaman wouldn't surpass 1 billion worldwide.
It still hasn't, so
It
you don't
will.
know.
What do you guys know? What the number 1 grossing movie worldwide is
Right
Well,
now,
at the moment,
of all time?
of all time,
Yeah, I was looking at the
Avatar.
you know how much?
No.
I think it's like 2.6.
Yeah, it's something ridiculous.
And number 2, I think, was Titanic at like 2.1.
I know that
Damn.
Infinity War is up there.
Infinity War
It's
is
top 5, I think,
yeah.
but it crushed the box office.
wow, Infinity War. Seriously, even with like inflation, it didn't make more money than Titanic or Avatar.
Superhero movies don't have the same appeal as.
That was like a 10-year in the making.
Not everybody cares as much about that as we do.
A lot of people around the world care more about Fast and Furious movies than they do about
True.
Marvel movies
That's funny and stupid.
and Transformers movies.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're right.
You do you.
Best.
Best.
We the best!
Worst.
Worst.
The worst! She's the worst person in the world. Huge, skank, terrible, but thank you.
Who's Steve-O Tom?
I just want to point out that the worst man alive is Steve O'Tom.
Worst.
He says, I want to smell their cheesy dicks, but he spelled their wrong.
Yeah, you're the
It should
worst.
be the possessive.
Come on.
Well, maybe not, dude. Maybe he wants to smell their cheesy dicks. Like he wants to smell their cheesy dicks.
Well, then he didn't use a comma.
You know what?
What I'm
agree.
saying is
you should
your
definitely.
grammar is bad and you should feel bad.
Grammar's bad, and he left because you insulted him.
Good.
Now that we have no viewers, I'm gonna go pee.
All right, Mark, do you have a best man alive?
I do. I got to go with Topher Grace for commenting, giving us a comment on Instagram. I was kind of blown away because I didn't see it till today. But it was for the best villain nomination. And he actually put Superman, aka Henry Cavill, which was pretty funny. But that was pretty cool that he was
Very humble of him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Quiet brag, by the way. Topher Grace commented on her Instagram.
I've got a couple, so hopefully I can fill this time slot while Brick's up there taking a dump. My first one is Marshawn Lynch, former Oakland running back, Seattle running back. He attended the lighting of the former Raiders owner, Al Davis, his memorial flame. So like they lit a fire and whatever. He commemorated Al Davis by attempting to light his blunt from the eternal flame.
Dude.
Just keep being Marshawn. He just doesn't give a shit about anything. He's so great. His interviews are amazing. He's the man.
That's hilarious. I didn't even know that. They have a video of this? Or was it just reported?
Yeah, no, there's a video.
All right.
He's
we need
like
to watch it afterwards.
holding it up there. He can't reach it, but it's still hilarious. Also, just that he had a blunt with him.
It'd be hilarious if he like jumped on someone's shoulders to like reach it and fucking light it.
I feel like it's not disrespectful though, because that's just Marshawn being Marshawn.
Yeah, it's fine.
Like he's not being an asshole about it.
No.
All right, I got another best man alive. And you told me you didn't see this video, which I don't know how, it was everywhere. But there was a 6-year-old who went viral this week because his mom recorded him using the Amazon Alexa to cheat on his math homework. So he was like asking the Alexa, what is 7 minus 4? And Alexa comes in like, 7 minus 4 is 3. And he's just doing all of his math homework that way. Work smarter.
Not harder.
This kid's going to be a fucking CEO someday.
I'm
just
sure.
making billions on the backs of other people's actual hard work.
Yeah, with all technology these days, like homework is probably the stupidest thing ever because you can easily get access to whatever.
Just Wikipedia?
The easiest way, yeah.
It should just be a day of like kids going down Wikipedia holes.
Yeah. With us, it was like pull out the dictionary, find the word.
Yeah.
Now it's just like, hey, Google, give me a fucking sentence.
Did you ever have to use a physical encyclopedia?
Yeah. A thesaurus.
So stupid.
You ever use a thesaurus, dude?
Of course.
A rhyming thesaurus?
Yeah, I'm a rapper.
Yeah. Okay. Who's your best man alive? You talk. I'm going to go pee.
Best man alive. What the heck's that kid's name? Do we have a name for that kid?
I think it's the one you just went over.
So you were going to steal mine. Figure something else out.
Okay, we can stop recording then, I suppose. That's the problem. I can't keep talking and then continue to look up things on my phone. It doesn't even make any sense. Best man alive. I am gonna have to give this one up to me because I am the freaking man, and he's gonna hear this and he's gonna be pretty bummed that this is the result of what's happened, and I'm gonna continue to keep talking because he requested that I continue to keep talking, and when he edits this, he's going to be pretty bummed at the result of everything that I have said within the duration of him peeing. So if he continues to pee, if he takes a long time, I'm going to be talking here for a while, guys. And it's going to be about me talking during the time that Ryan is peeing.
We should give Ryan a New Year's resolution, I think.
I think he should have to abide by it as well. What are you thinking?
You just gotta smile more or something.
He should smile more. We should get him a book of positivity. If you smile more, it brings smiles back into you because smiles are to be had.
He should
not
just
him.
admit that Aquaman was a good movie.
Yes,
That should be his resolution.
you like that?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
All right, let's stop talking so he hears this when he's editing. Brick, are you gonna say anything?
I'm not gonna.
Stop talking.
We didn't
say anything. It was just silence.
It was dead silent for at least. You were gone for 38.
Oh
So
my
2
God.
minutes of at
It's
least.
hilarious because
just
you guys
no
shit on me
talking.
because I never shut up. But when I leave the room, you can't even fill 30 seconds of audio.
Well, how do you know that? Maybe we were talking about something that we
I will
just don't
find
wanna-
out when I go to edit this episode.
You will.
It was dead silent.
You're gonna love it.
There's
You
no
were probably
surprise.
just ganging up on me again because
There's-
that's what you assholes do. All right. I think it's time for us to talk about
I think.
Bumblebee.
Ooh, is that right?
So, Mark, how much better was this than Aquaman?
It wasn't better at all.
Wow,
It was
loaded
so much better
question.
than
It was
Aquaman.
so stupid. I think Aquaman had the best third act of any superhero movie that came out this year.
Oh my God. Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Better than Infinity War.
I think so.
The third act of Infinity War. Super forgettable. I don't even remember.
Okay. 93% on Rotten Tomatoes, 79% from fans.
This is a 93 on Rotten Tomatoes, huh?
So compare that to Aquaman, which is 64% on Rotten Tomatoes, 81% from fans, so basically on par. Bumblebee, I kept looking at this because I wanted to see what people actually thought of this compared to Aquaman. If you go on IMDb, Bumblebee has 17,000 votes. It's got a 7.3. Aquaman is slightly higher at 7.6 with 80,000 votes. Bumblebee has not yet dropped in China. That's where Transformers movies make all of their money.
Yeah, it's
It's
do
going
great.
to crush the box office. They'll be totally fine, but it's not really doing that well domestically because everybody's like, oh, another Transformers movie that's going to suck because the last 5 of them have sucked.
yeah, I was one of 3 people in my theater.
Really? So I was in a full theater, actually.
Yeah, my theater was pretty full too.
But also you waited a week to go see it, so...
Then it came out when?
A week
Thursday?
ago?
Didn't come out Thursday?
No.
Huh.
Great. So it's going to release in China on Friday, and it will make all of its money back 3 times. Estimated budget of $120 million. Currently only pacing about $85 million, so not great. But like I said, they'll be fine. This movie is definitely suffering from people remembering other shitty Transformers movies.
The last 4 have been just dreadful.
But this is completely different in separate entity. Like, they don't even really reference it that much.
I wouldn't say it's completely different.
You don't think so? Like there are nods to the other ones, but
yeah, sure, it's the same formulaic thing every single time.
Really? You think this is as formulaic as the old Transformers movies?
I thought the ones with Shia LaBeouf were better, in my opinion.
Wow. I bet you are the only person to have said that.
Dude, Shia LaBeouf was hilarious in the original. He was hilarious.
Floored by this.
I haven't seen any of the older Transformer movies in God knows how long, so
okay,
I'm not good to speak on this.
I think this is probably going to be a good launching point for movies that don't blow dick and aren't made by Michael Bay.
The Michael Bay ones, they just got so ridiculous. Do you remember the scene when they switched from Megan Fox to that other chick? Her running through the streets in high heels, and then it panned out and panned back, and she was somehow in like flats, like running shoes.
And that's how you can tell this isn't a Michael Bay movie, because it didn't have like a half naked woman in it. Like everybody's fully clothed for the entire movie, so it's not weird and creepy like Michael Bay.
Laura, I couldn't agree more with you. Don't go see it. It's very average.
That is.
We have a real person in here. That's what I'm talking about.
Sure. You thought this movie was average. Okay. I guess it was over your head. So
over my head. Yep.
The plot of this is
the same thing.
Autobots versus Decepticons.
Oh, surprise.
Fight on Cybertron. B-127 sent to Earth. Regroup the squad. Run into Hailee Steinfeld. Fight the government. Fight Decepticons. Rinse, repeat.
Okay. So what the hell? That's exactly.
Look at how mad he's getting.
That's exactly what I said.
Who
the movie was
voiced
exactly
Bumblebee?
what it was before.
I don't have any idea.
Did you like the voice of Bumblebee?
It was barely in the movie.
But what it was, you noticed it because nobody has heard Bumblebee's voice until now, correct?
That's not true. No.
Really?
No, you heard it in the first movie.
Really?
Mm-hmm. He says, "I wish to stay with the boy."
Oh, okay.
At the end when he's talking.
I would say I'd go back and watch it, but I'm not going to go back and watch it.
I honestly, it's one of those movies. I was super pumped to go see it in the theaters when it first came out, and I probably really liked it at the time, but I've seen it since, and it's not great.
Bad.
Shia LaBeouf is not a good actor. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Shia LaBeouf's hilarious. He's the man.
You would rather see another one of these with Shia LaBeouf than Hailee Steinfeld.
100%.
You are an idiot.
He's so funny. He's so out there. He's such a weirdo.
Mark, what was the level of jackness and the murderfulness of robots and humans in this? Nothing.
You don't really see Optimus Prime that much, so I mean, he's the jackest Jacktotron in the Jacktotron squad. So of Autobots,
he doesn't have as much mass as Unicron.
Who's Unicron?
Unicron is literally Earth.
How many Transformers can you name, nerd?
Starscream. I mean, it's going to be really boring for me to do, but
can you name?
You know what? That would be
easily.
That would not be a change of pace from this.
Easily.
Damn.
What?
Go ahead. Let's hear them.
Autobots, not Decepticons.
Autobots. Okay.
Are there more than 6?
Yeah. Yes, there are way more than 6. There are like hundreds. The whole point of Transformers was just like it was like He-Man, where you make action figures.
Yeah.
And it's a cash grab. But then they turn it into movies and cartoons and, you know.
What were the ones that transformed into like animal robots? What were those called?
I think you're probably thinking of the Dinobots that were dinosaurs.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were animal ones. Look, there was like a cheetah and shit.
Yes.
But yeah, there are tons of iterations of this.
I love the animal
they make
ones
toys.
in the jungle. They were way cooler.
What?
The animal Transformers were the best.
Yeah.
So you've actually seen old Transformers cartoons?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you either of you seen the 1986 animated movie?
Mm-mm.
Probably not.
So they make a reference to that in this.
How so?
They play the song, like the theme song, which everybody who's a Transformers fan knows. I'll play it for you guys later. But anyways, back to the movie.
Though I will say the score was actually super good in this movie.
The score or the soundtrack?
Soundtrack.
Yeah, that's what I thought, because the score is forgettable immediately.
But you can include the soundtrack into the score, so.
Yeah, but I mean, we literally just pointed out an instance where the soundtrack is way better than the score, so.
Well, you know, the soundtrack is part of the score. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, one of my favorite scenes revolved around music being played in the garage with the cassettes. We'll get to that. When
Bumblebee's picking out his favorite songs. Okay, so I really liked Hailee Steinfeld in this. Obviously, Brick didn't feel the same way.
No, I liked her. She was fine.
I didn't expect that. I mean, what else have you seen her act in, really?
Pitch Perfect?
Oh, yeah, she is.
Never seen that. She was the voice of Spider-Gwen in the Spider-Verse.
Yep, she's right there. That's 2 movies.
And she did more singing in this than she did. Also, you don't see her in that movie, but she did the outro song over the credits.
Really?
Yeah, she's more known for being a singer, right?
I know, I guess. I was
I would
listening
imagine.
to some playlist, some like Apple created radio station, and her song came out. I didn't even realize she was a singer. I know.
Yeah, I think that's how she got famous in the first place.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
But good for her. She's infinitely more likable than Shia LaBeouf or Mark Wahlberg, and I just don't see how you can even really argue with that.
They should have just had a cameo for Mark Wahlberg in this, though.
Mark Wahlberg is a
one.
prick.
Just a small one.
Fuck
Why?
Mark Wahlberg.
Why?
Well, first of all, he almost beat a guy to death because he was being racist, but
He was 16, dude.
that doesn't forgive you for almost beating a guy to death. Brick is blown right now. He's never heard this story.
God.
It's on his Wikipedia page. You should just read his Wikipedia page.
It's long and fucked up, but he was a dickhead as a kid.
Okay.
And I still think he's kind of a dickhead now, but also he only makes like propaganda movies.
Okay.
But
That makes sense
I
then.
don't really remember how we got on this tangent.
You're just shitting on all of Brick's heroes right now. He's getting pissed.
Mark Wahlberg is your
And
hero.
Shia LaBeouf.
Well, I wouldn't say Mark
Wow.
Wahlberg is a
You have
hero.
shrines to Mark Wahlberg and Shia LaBeouf. Aim higher.
Shia LaBeouf shrine is true, but
Remember when Shia LaBeouf and Ren and Steven, he had that churro machine? Remember that shit?
hell yeah.
How epic
Ren
that
and
was?
Steven?
Even
what was it?
Stevens. You started to say Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, you did.
But his
sister's
sister-
name was
His
Ren.
sister's name was Ren,
His
yeah.
sister's name was Ren.
I'm partially kind of right, but wrong.
Nice spin zone there. Brick, what did you think about the time frame setting for this?
It was fine. It was cool. It was. I'm not 80s like Aaron. I'm not big into the 80s, but they did with the soundtrack. They nailed the soundtrack. They nailed like everything, the technology, everything that was going on in that era. I did really like how the doctor who was like parlaying with the Decepticons. I like how he was actually orgasming over like the creation of the internet.
I thought that was really clever.
I did. I liked it too. The guy's like, "Oh my god, information is everywhere. Oh my god," and he lost his mind. But for the 80s, it makes sense. So yeah, the period piece, it was solid. I'll give it to them. They played it well.
Mark, do you have any input on this?
It was fine being in the 80s. I personally just don't like 80s movies, but
Like movies from the 80s?
yeah.
Okay.
So as long as they weren't like putting like all the shitty 80s like synths and scores and all that stuff in it, I'm fine with it. And it was a little more upbeat. Yeah, it is what it is.
I mean, they did make several references to the Smiths and other bands and shit. Oh, she was
And they
always
shit on
wearing a
them,
band's
kind of.
t-shirt. Yeah, they kind of did. And they also shit on, what's his face? Rick Roll. Rick, what's his name? What's his real name?
Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Never gonna give you that.
Yeah.
Kind
What did you guys think of John Cena as kind of the one-note villain?
They didn't utilize him as they should have.
He's a really good actor.
Yeah, but I didn't think they needed to make him the villain. The Decepticons really played that fine.
It was kind of the B plot.
He
Yeah, it
really
was.
a
And he was
villain.
fine. I
just
thought
a
he was
hard
fine.
ass, you know.
He's the villain though. Like he's an antagonist against.
Yeah.
Yeah, antagonist against an alien technology that lands. I mean, I understand. Like he was actually just doing like his due diligence as an army ranger. Like he needs to chase that freaking alien
kind of made sense.
bot that like
Right.
just landed. Yeah, find that thing and track it down because what the hell is that thing? That was crazy. It make like what the steps for him to become a villain were just logical steps that the army would take. Those are just precautions. I thought he had some pretty funny one-liners actually.
He did. He could have had more though. Like he has
I agree.
great comedic timing. He's
Timing
a
is
good
there.
comedic actor.
Yes.
Yeah. Like he was talking about the Decepticons at the table when he was like, they were arguing, well, should we help them or they're not? He's like, they're called Decepticons for a reason. Is that not a red flag? Come on,
That was
people.
probably the best line. That and when they're talking to Hailee Steinfeld's stepdad,
Yes.
and they're like, he's like, well, I
stole a box
ran a
of-
red light in 1982,
No,
and
I
he's
sto-
like, we know.
Yeah, I know. Well, you know, when I was a cop, when I was a kid, I used to steal things. I stole a box of I stole a box of like chocolates.
He's
like,
in Malmars.
Yeah, Malmars.
Which made it even funnier.
Yeah, I stole a box of Malmars. He's like, yeah, we know.
That
was great.
Yeah, that was good.
I
It was
wish they
great. The
would've
timing was
used-
perfect.
I wish they would have used Hailee Steinfeld's little brother a little bit more. I mean,
Really,
was good.
I was done with that kid.
really?
I liked it. Yeah, he was a
I
little
liked him.
karate kid. He was
He
a
kind
super.
of-
I'm gonna cut your freaking throat out. Or I thought he's funny.
He did make some very graphic threats.
Yeah, dude.
It's pretty funny.
Do you want to talk more about the Karate Kid or no? You wanted less of him or more of him?
The brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted more of him.
Yeah. Okay.
I could have done without him, but that's fine. I mean,
Okay.
it's not like he detracted from the movie for me.
What'd you think of like the popular kids, Tina, and then the ultimate '80s douche name, Trip Summers?
Very stereotypical 80s movie.
Oh, absolutely.
There
Very-
were subplots in this that just didn't need to be there. Could have been 20 minutes shorter.
Yeah. No, I agree with that 100%. Tina, the girl who is actually the worst person of all time. I hated her, but only because it was force fed to hate her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you were supposed to.
Yeah, it was like, what kind of actual person goes, oh,
your
nice car.
Dad.
Yeah, no, it's like, oh yeah, nice car. Maybe you should have your daddy buy you one.
Oh, wait.
Oop, he's dead.
Yeah, who would say
he can't
that?
buy anything. He's
I was
dead.
thinking the
He's
same
super
thing. I'm like,
dead.
I get it's a movie and I get you're portraying a bully, but if there's any bully that would actually say that to someone, holy shit, they belong in a fucking.
I thought she was going to like
ward.
open the door into her face, which would have been great, but
Yeah, she should have. And then she should have jumped off like a super awesome diver that she was, but she was just being a coward.
can we talk about that? First of all, I don't think we're going to spoil this movie because there's not really much to
I
spoil,
think
but
you can spoil.
yeah, Chekhov's diving skill, I guess.
Over
like they
it.
mentioned in the beginning and they just have to keep, that was totally unnecessary.
I have a note in here being like, yo, they Chekhov gunned the fuck out of you in the back. Like you got tied up in the back and you got Chekhov gunned in the face with the most things of all time, I feel. They did it over the top.
It was pretty pointless. I just didn't have any real favor for that. They could have eliminated her dad, that subplot. Don't need it. Like it adds a little bit of feeling to it, but I just don't.
I didn't catch any.
care.
I didn't catch any of those feels either. And I'm a natural crier.
I'm here for you.
Thank you.
The CGI was great.
Yeah.
They kind of realized that people actually want to see these transformations happen, as opposed to the last couple Transformers movies where it happens off screen and they just play the sound effect.
Yeah, no, that was the sound effects were so much worse in other Transformers movies.
Terrible.
I also thought early on when they were having like the fight at what was it, Cybertron or
On
something?
Cybertron, yeah.
Yeah, I felt like they did a lot of. It was too much shaky cam for metal people being fighting on like a metal planet at first, and then they took some still shots of like things getting exploded from a distance, which cleared it up a little bit. But you can't do shaky cam with a bunch of metal things fighting. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, that was the problem with the older Transformers movies.
Exactly.
Is they're just amorphous blobs, and
Yeah.
you can't tell what. What I liked about this is when you look at Bumblebee, based on what he transforms into, you can see the notes. Like you see when he's a Volkswagen Beetle, he's got Beetle fenders on his chest.
Yeah.
When he's the Jeep, he has the Jeep front end on his chest. Those are the details that I think I am really drawn to. I don't know if you guys even noticed that.
No, you're a
I
big
did.
car guy.
I'm huge car guy, but I'll get to more of that later. But you
Yeah.
Same
like
thing.
The headlights of the Beetle as his chest plate. Yeah, exactly. I actually thought just his movements and through his personality, how he's kind of like shy and all that. They did a great job at just how he moved and transformed and where he's like hiding behind the car, that scene, or behind the rock, like shit like that was hilarious. And seeing him like duck down like that was great.
his physical comedy in this was way better than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Like that. This is what the original Transformers movies were missing. There's something else I was going to. The hand-to-hand combat, if you can call it that, between the Transformers is infinitely better.
Yeah.
You can actually see what they're doing. They're doing like actual fighting, actual jujitsu. They transform in the middle of fights and they use that to their advantage. I thought that was brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
That was really, really well done.
Here's my one problem. Why doesn't Bumblebee fucking use his laser beam arm more? It's so powerful, and he shoots it like maybe 4 times within the whole movie, and every time he shoots it, it does like critical damage on the other fucking Decepticons.
A devastating mega blow.
yeah, like you just keep shooting that thing.
I
I'm gonna
think
keep
they
that in the back pocket.
Yeah, I think they tried to intimate that he had forgotten.
Oh,
Like, you know, they say like memory core damaged.
yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a weak excuse, but
Yeah.
sure.
I
I can buy that if I have to. But yeah, you're 100% right. The same thing if, like at the end when she goes, you could have been a Camaro the whole time and you were a shitty Volkswagen Beetle instead.
I know.
Big dumb idiot. Yeah, that's
And then the 2 Decepticons that were hunting down Bumblebee literally failed to kill him, what? Definitely
7,
twice,
8
maybe 3 times.
Yeah, something ridiculous like that.
It's like, come on, you got to fucking kill him. Just end him.
Yeah, there were some really cool cars in this, and they weren't. The problem I had with the older ones is that it was basically an advertisement, because the first Transformers is when Chevy was rolling out the Camaro.
Yeah, I
like
remember that.
they took a few years off of making Camaros, and their big ad campaign push was
the
hey,
yellow Camaro,
Transformers, yellow Camaro.
Yeah.
The cars in this were way better, like, and they were rarer.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had a 71 Plymouth Satellite, which nobody would be able to pick out of a fucking lineup, and an AMC Javelin, which AMC doesn't even exist anymore. But if you think back to like Transformers 2, the one that Michael Bay did, they had like a prototype Corvette that never got made. Like this was not shitty in the way where they're like trying to sell you something.
Is that when they go into that guy's mansion where Shia LaBeouf thinks he's trying to steal I think so. Yeah, that was the second one, right? Yeah, he had like a Jay Leno type garage with just a shit ton of cars in it.
Fucking terrible, right? I don't know, but a lot of the lines in this were corny. The little
corny.
brother, I could have done without. I guess what I'm gonna say is
the whole car chase scene, the ending of that, he made that whole thing. Where he's just sitting there,
barfing in the
freaking out. Yeah,
dude, my man Ron can handle himself in a station wagon.
Yeah. That was pretty entertaining, actually. I'll give you that. I thought Ron was good as comic relief.
Ron was good, and he practices what he preaches.
Yeah,
he gives the smile look. Maybe you should smile a little bit more, be a little more positive, which is the worst gift you can ever give a teenage girl of all time,
or anyone, literally.
But he did practice what he preached because he almost got murdered. His whole house got destroyed. His life was in peril, and he just was like, here's what it is. This is what it is.
I'll still say this could have been 15 minutes shorter.
Oh, I agree. At least.
I don't know about at least, but I don't know. What else you guys have to say about this before we rate it?
What'd you guys think of the nerd not love interest?
He was fine. I don't know. He had some decent lines.
He had some decent lines, but he could have been funnier. But I think for the way everything was written, I think he landed the writing for like what they were going for.
You both seem to be upset that they didn't end up together at the end.
No, the very ending scene was just kind of like, okay, fine.
She was being a little bit too much of a prude. You can't hold my hand. It's like, oh, I just saved the world with you. That was a pretty awesome adventure. And then
his hands are probably all fucking sweaty and gross, dude.
Okay, I'm not one for holding hands either, but at the same time,
hold my hand right now.
Don't give me like a don't touch me, Don't give me that.
She didn't say don't touch me.
She basically did.
Yeah.
I'm not there.
Now you're putting
I'm not there yet.
She was
what does that guy have to do? If he's clearly crushing on you, at least let him down easy. Don't just
You're like the guy that holds the door for a woman and is like, "Oh, she's my girlfriend now."
That's
yes,
what?
But no.
Yeah, what does that do with anything actually?
Just because he helped her
Just
save the world doesn't mean that she owes him anything.
He broke his arm too.
I think it actually does to a certain degree. At least
2018, you sexist pig.
No, I'm saying at least how about some decency to be like this? Hey, you saved the world and you did a whole bunch for me, but don't like.
So basically, you're pissed that he got friend zoned.
No, I'm not pissed that he got friend zoned. I think
she just said
Mr. Nice Guy over here.
She said it in a dumb way.
She's like, "We're not there yet." What'd she say? We're not there.
That's what she says.
What the hell is gonna? Yeah, what? I saved the world. What more do you want from me? Where am I? When are we gonna get there?
I was
to hold hands. Where's that hold hands?
I was fine with her not holding hands. I just thought the writing at that part, they should have made it a little funnier or something, but they kind of just left it at, wow, she kind of was just a little bumble bitch right there.
A little bumble bitch.
Whoa.
That should be the name of the movie, Bumble Bitch.
I don't know the exact rules, but I'm pretty sure this passes the Bechdel test, which most movies don't, where it's basically the rules are something like you can have a scene with only women where they're not discussing a man. I don't know. I thought it was fine. I didn't give a shit.
I thought it was fine. They could have just made her less of a buzzkill ending scene.
Okay. I mean, maybe she's a lesbian.
Or they should have just like had her in without the guy coming up. It was just the way they chose to end it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
that wasn't the ending.
Yeah, I'm not
kind of yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
It wasn't, but okay.
Fine.
I walked out of the theater there. I was so pissed.
Okay.
I'm in 100% agreement with Mark, because they didn't even have to even address it. That was
Couple of nice guys. Anything else before we rate this?
But I want to say Memo had some, I thought, one funny line that is definitely underrated and going to be super not noticed by anybody else. He's like the churro dog. He's like the churro guy at the carnival, and he sells the churro, and he goes, "Oh, eat safe." She's just like, who the fuck says eat safe? Yeah.
You would notice
That's
that.
so funny.
That's such a dumb thing to notice.
Eat safe. Why would you ever say that?
What was better, that or Black Manta shouldering the hologram, the water hologram?
That's a tough one.
You can't ask him that because he loves the shouldering thing.
It's so dumb to shoulder a water hologram.
Dumb.
It's so stupid.
It's the best.
Extremely dumb.
But he also has, like, this Memo guy actually had some other funny quotes, like talking about, the darkest nights produce the the brightest stars.
Well, that was just corny. Like,
I know
it wasn't actually funny.
No, then he goes, yeah, my mom got that from a Weight Watchers commercial, which is, that was awesome.
He was
And
funny.
It played into like the 80s. That's part of the reason why I like the 80s period piece, because they
Campy.
They leaned into like the stupid jokes, and that came back to, oh, it's the 80s.
Yeah, it's referential, but it's not so. It's not
in your face.
What's a good example? Like, obviously, Deadpool is like over the top, self-referential.
Yes.
Right. Like most superhero movies are a little bit referential.
The Breakfast Club stuff was
that was pretty on the nose.
Yep.
But I mean, that's campy, and it's definitely aimed at people like me who grew up with Transformers, who watched Breakfast Club when we were kids.
I thought you would identify with this memo guy more. He literally is reading a comic book and he throws it into the bush to not seem like a super nerd.
I don't hide that at all. I have no problem being a super nerd, and I don't think Mark does either.
Yeah. No, it's true. But like in the 80s, that was the problem.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I never would have brought my comic books to school or anything.
Exactly. He's out there reading them and is like,
although
oh,
I always had a copy of Nintendo Power with me.
Nintendo Power.
Wow, I can't imagine why I didn't have more friends.
Nintendo Power.
Nintendo Power was the
Honestly,
shit.
You should have had more friends with that. Yeah.
That was before Cheat CC existed.
Was that a handheld game? Was it like a Sega Genesis?
Nintendo Power was a magazine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Shit. I thought you were talking about like a game.
You do need to read more. Full circle transcendent joke. Yep.
All right.
The whole time.
So what's coming down the pike for this as far as Transformers goes? We're supposed to get an Optimus Prime solo movie. He was barely in this at all, but they got the voice. That is the Optimus Prime voice. You can't do it without him. If that guy dies, you can't do any more Transformers movies.
They got him driving next. They got Bumblebee driving next to a giant semi truck that was definitely Optimus Prime on the highway on the bridge.
Yeah, I mean, he shows up in the post credits.
Yeah, no, I know but they also, that part bothered me because she was like, Bumblebee, I can't get with you anymore, and he's like, all right,
peace.
And then he just leaves her on the bridge. Like, how the fuck? She just had to walk home.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. I didn't think about that.
I was like, dude, she needs a ride home. She was like, you know what?
No.
Just go without me.
The part that made no sense to me is when she's trying to chase down her mom driving Bumblebee, and she has her GoPed or whatever she's riding. The
GoPed.
But sure.
GoPed.
I don't know what a GoPed is.
What is it? A moped?
It's a moped.
Okay, a moped, whatever. It's actually like a motorized.
It's a Faggio in
a moped is a scooter.
GTA.
Isn't it? Wasn't she riding a motorized bicycle though?
It's a moped.
It's a moped.
Whatever.
A GoPed.
No, she completely just is like, I need to drive. And she leaves her moped there, and that's it. Like,
that's what bothered you the most?
It just bothered the shit out of me. I'm like, what about your moped? What are you going to do? You're just going to leave it in the middle of the street?
We're making actual plot points. What bothers Mark is her moped.
Her leaving the moped in the middle of the street.
I thought her mom took the moped and she took the...
No, her mom was in the car with her.
Her mom just scooted over in the car and she got in the driver's seat and left the moped in
What
the
bothered
middle of
me the most is that she finally gets that Corvette running, and it's just like a cutscene, and all of a sudden it's all shiny and painted.
Yeah.
Like you
She
totally...
detailed the
It's
fuck
a
out of
beautiful
it.
58 Corvette. They obviously got a paint job, and you just totally skip over all of that.
And she didn't detail or buffer the Bumblebee at all when she got it to work.
You could have fucking taken him to the car wash.
Yeah, something.
What the hell, man?
And she drives it to like the cliff where all the cool kids are. And
You think that's like a rub and tug for a Transformer if you go through the car wash?
I don't know. That's a good
Mark
question.
got a rub and tug today.
Sick. I mean, in a good way. Nice.
All right, let's rate it.
I'm going to say see it. Although I could have just streamed this because I'm not the biggest Transformers fan. And I wouldn't have felt the need to go see this. But if you're interested, this is a movie that I would say you should go see in the theaters.
It's
if
good.
You're interested to see it. Yeah.
It's entertaining. It's maybe 10 minutes too long.
Mm-hmm.
15 at minimum.
All right, Brick, say what you got to say.
Stream it.
Okay.
It was fine. It didn't do anything for me. Get Shia LaBeouf in there. Come on.
Oh, God. You are the only person in the world who wants more Shia LaBeouf. Nobody else in the entire fucking world, except for Shia LaBeouf, is saying, give me more Shia LaBeouf.
What do you guys think he's
Jared
doing
Jones.
right now?
Jared Jones wants more Shia LaBeouf.
What is he doing right now? He's got his nasty rat tail, and he's probably yelling at people as they walk by.
Amazing. Who doesn't want to see that? That's
He's just
hilarious.
No, he's a gross human being, and he's a weirdo.
Dude, he was so good in that one movie with Tom Hardy.
Ren and Steven?
Ren and
Ren and
Steven.
Steven. What movie do you do with Tom Hardy?
He was like the Outwoods guy making moonshine.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was fucking
that
a
was
good
a
movie.
great movie.
That was a great movie. Don't sleep on Shia
No.
LaBeouf.
What is it?
He's been in a lot of really like.
It's like out.
I know nobody else really likes Constantine, but he's in Constantine.
Is that with
Eagle Eye? You remember that
Keanu.
movie?
Yeah,
Keanu?
he was in Eagle Eye. Yeah, dude, he's been in a lot of good stuff, but also he went fucking fully crazy.
He has that one hilarious video of like all
Lawless.
the child. Lawless.
That
was an excellent movie.
It was excellent. He has that one amazing clip where it's like a Shia LaBeouf play and he's the only one in the audience and he just like gets up and applauds it.
Well, that's like a video of him watching every movie he's ever done.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Okay.
It was so funny.
He just stands up and claps. That's literally it.
Disturbia. That wasn't a bad movie.
That was a bad movie.
I liked Disturbia.
wasn't that bad.
I thought it was pretty good.
Disturbia was okay.
It was
whatever.
solid. It was a solid flip with the time.
Let's just move on. Recommendations for the week.
Shia LaBeouf. See every movie he's ever been in, and they're all good.
Skip Disturbia because it was dog shit.
Dude,
Mark,
Disturbia. Rihanna has that sick song with it too. Disturbia.
Yeah. She released that for that
movie.
It was a hit, and it was a hit.
It was a hit.
Sucked. Mark, what's your recommendation for the week besides Disturbia?
All right, guys. I mean, we have 2019 coming up, so I recommend just getting some resolutions out there for yourself. Hitting some goals, getting yourself motivated for the new year, but also find a designated driver for New Year's Eve.
Wow.
But
True.
I'm serious about that. Be safe, guys. Have a great new year. That's my recommendation.
Wow, you are the worst. Rick, what do you got?
I just said Shia LaBeouf.
That's it?
That's my free Bandersnatch.
Great. So I'll give actual recommendations
here we go.
here.
See Bandersnatch because it's actually a choose your own adventure.
You didn't
Netflix,
even see
which is
it.
revolutionary. Yeah, I saw it.
So I think for next week,
I heard it wasn't that good.
I think for next week we'll do Bandersnatch and Bird Box.
Did you guys both see Bandersnatch?
I did.
I saw both.
Sneak peek. Is it any good? I heard it wasn't that great.
I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I think it was a good time.
I thought it was really good. I had a good time just going through and like seeing the different options. So if you don't know, Bandersnatch is a Black Mirror movie now on Netflix. It's a choose your own adventure type thing where you have different outcomes for the choices that you make. It's a brilliant idea. I want to do this forever ago on YouTube. You know how like you make a YouTube video and you have options to link to other videos?
Yes.
If I was creative at all or a good writer, then I probably would have done something, but I never did.
Okay.
But I think it's a great idea, and Netflix is promoting the shit out of this on all of the social media because they're putting in. I sent you guys one earlier. It was like Seinfeld,
Yeah.
where he kisses his girlfriend while they're waiting for soup in the soup line, and he gives you the option like leave with your girlfriend or pretend you don't know her, and that's obviously what happens inside. They made some great ones.
Yeah.
There's one about from The Office, Kevin Malone like. Put your chili down and ask a friend to help you.
Or just spill it everywhere.
Try and carry it yourself, spill everywhere. And like, obviously, he spills it everywhere.
Yeah.
Hilarious. They're killing it with the promos on this. But yes, Bandersnatch, it's set in the 80s. Again, a period piece. Kind of has some good music. Not really as good as Bumblebee, but I think it's
the
definitely
music
worth a
I'm going
watch.
to hate because it's 80s.
No, I don't think so.
And fucking annoying.
It's kind of synthy. Actually,
I hate that shit.
now that you mention it. But yeah, I would recommend that.
Dude, the Stranger Things synth is actually amazing though.
That's different.
That is one thing I
Is that
don't
different?
Really mind.
Yeah, because it's not from the 80s. It was made for Stranger Things. I think it's more updated.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay.
Also, Brick, I know you watched Bird Box. Give me an early preview. Can you recommend it or no?
I can recommend it. I mean,
Netflix is marketing the fuck out of that one too.
They're killing it with it. 43 million streams.
Yeah, no, it was good. I am looking forward to rewatching it because I had it on and I wasn't super into it. I guess I was doing other things, but I'm gonna actually like rewatch it and maybe take it in for what it is.
I'm gonna make drunk Erica watch this with me. I think she might actually like it. She usually hates horror.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really a horror. It's more of a thriller.
It is,
I think. But I thought it was. I think mostly I thought it was good because of how low my expectations were.
Do you see
it was
anything
mysterious.
though in it? Do you see the fucking goblin or whatever is haunting her?
I'm not going to spoil it for you.
She doesn't see shit. I'll tell you that.
Well, she's not supposed to.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right.
I got one more recommendation. That is to absolutely avoid watching this movie at all costs. It's on Hulu. It's called Puka. So remember we talked about the Blumhouse movie series on Hulu, like they do one for every holiday.
Yep.
Yes.
This was their Christmas installment.
Bad.
This movie is fucking terrible. It is such a waste of time.
Is this Blumhouse Tilt?
I think it's just Blumhouse proper. Basically, a guy, he's an actor and he auditions for this role and he is basically a Furby. So he wears like a Furby suit, but it's like just a different toy.
Sounds stupid as
It's fucking terrible. And I really like the first one of these that they did with the killer, like the
On
hitman.
Halloween.
Yeah,
I know
that was good. So I was like, fuck it, I'll give it a chance. And it was absolutely awful.
All right, Puka.
Skip that one 100%.
Did they not have one for November?
They did. I haven't caught it yet.
Okay.
So I think that's probably going to wrap up episode 124.
The 2018 Chumpcademy Awards was a success. Wouldn't you say, guys? Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
Sure. We got a lot of votes. That's probably all we really
That's
need
for
to make
sure.
it.
One of them being Topher Grace.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
For not himself, which I respect.
Power move.
The real Venom, right?
Power move.
Sick.
As always, you can find us on
Real
all
Venom.
social media at the Chumpcast. Drop us a line. Just say hi.
Yo.
Talk to Darian. Darian's always there.
You could text us too. Just
He's
shoot
the
me a
voice.
text.
Oh, yeah. You can text us at 847-920-6107. You
Yeah.
can leave us a voicemail.
Unless you're Lou Osborne, Harvey Price, or Steve O'Tom, please
Fucking
don't text
weirdos.
us.
Never promote any of our stuff in India again.
This has been the epic trolling of the Chumpcast.
Are these people actual fans? Like, how did they even find us?
You tagged it in weird. You had
I
to tag it
didn't.
in weird.
Whatever. I guess until next time.
Chumps out, motherfucker.
See you in 2019.